Well, recently we have seen race relations in our country put to the test. Incidents involving law enforcement and minority communities have caused tension and protests all across the country.
Many of us watch the scenes play out on television. For some people in Danville, it served as a painful reminder of the city's history of race-related problems.
As a part of a series of stories on Black history, WSOS 10's Brie Jackson takes a look back at Bloody Monday. So, Brie, this was a day that changed the course of Danville's history.
That's exactly right, John. The day was June 10th, 1963, and during the heart of the civil rights movement, Danville police used excessive force on women, children, and other peaceful protesters. The incident gained national attention, and some say it also left a black mark on Danville. Now, the city's taking a proactive approach to make sure what happened that day never happens again. By the looks of it, this quiet corner of Patton Street, home of the former Register and B building, hasn't changed much since the 1960s. Residents say what's different here is race relations. Decades ago, this was the exact spot African Americans held marches against segregation. Bishop Lawrence Campbell helped lead those efforts.
From birth until death, black people could not eat in public accommodations.
During the summer of 1963, people protested and held sit-ins on the steps of the city municipal building. The pictures from Danville are just a snapshot of what was happening across the country and throughout the Commonwealth as cameras captured the emotions and intensity of the struggle for equal rights. But unlike other peaceful demonstrations, tensions in Danville boiled over. On June 10th, police officers along with deputized workers attacked marchers with fire hoses and clubs.
And then my wife was beaten severely. She still suffers from that beating today. There were some people who had concussions.
Bloody Monday now stands out as the most violent day in Virginia's civil rights movement. Back then, Neil Morris was a young police officer.
It was not a good scene, I admit that. And I believe anytime you use excessive force, it's not good. It's wrong.
This is the area along Main Street where nearly 50 years ago, residents would start their march against segregation. And now, the community's coming together to unite Danville. Following the 50th anniversary of that history-changing day, Campbell asked city leaders to form a race relations committee.
I learned from '63 that it's wise to be proactive, and I felt that there should be a place where the races of our community are talking.
In response, Danville's mayor, Sherman Saunders, and the city council created Danville United, the group's vision to make the area more inclusive than it was in the past.
A lot of things have changed since that time, and Danville United is trying to build up on that. And quite frankly, I don't think Danville has come a long ways. I know, in fact, Danville has come a long ways.
In an effort to improve community relations, City Manager Joe King, along with the police department and other agencies, examined issues such as arrest rates and racial disparities.
We're a community that's half white and half black. We're proud of our diversity. Like so many communities, our police force is predominantly white. That creates some challenges, if not tension.
And in the past year, incidents involving police officers in the death of minorities sparked civil unrest nationwide.
And they have succeeded in overturning that police car on this street.
For some, these scenes served as a reminder of Danville's painful past.
Bring the races together in forums, in discussions, even visiting different churches and the whole bit, that it would be a means by which we could hopefully avoid a Ferguson or any other turmoil.
There's always room for improvement in race relations or any contact between police and the public, regardless of what the color is.
And by having open dialogues about race, police tactics, and other topics, Danville residents hope to prevent history from repeating and also avoid seeing the nation's other current race issues from coming here. In an effort to diversify the police force, city leaders are working with community organizations as well as groups like the NAACP to help recruit and hire qualified minorities. In the newsroom, Brie Jackson, WSOS 10.